Hi, my name's McArthur Krishna, and I am one of the co-authors of a few books that touch on Heavenly Mother. The first one that Bethy and I did together was the Earthly Family's Heavenly Family book, that we talk about being part of our Heavenly Parents family and what that means. And then we've done two, Girls Guide to Heavenly Mother and Boys Guide to Heavenly Mother. All of those can be found at Desert Book. And I'm excited for this opportunity to talk today because one of my favorite parts about the doctrine of our Mother in Heaven is the joy that it gives me as a woman in the gospel of Jesus Christ. My favorite part from the Gospel Topics essay is a line that says, we are made in our Heavenly Mother, that Heavenly Mother is our eternal prototype. That's the phrase that's used, eternal prototype. And the reason I like this so much is because for me, it points out that there's a gap between who I am now and who I want to be. The essay also talks about that we have a divine destiny, that our Heavenly Parents show us our divine destiny. And so for me, with this understanding that I am a frail and flawed human being, but I have the opportunity to become a mother in the heavens. And so while I can become like my Father in heaven, I will not be a father in the heavens. I have the opportunity to be a mother in the heavens. And so for me, it's super interesting to learn about Heavenly Mother and what her role is, because it points me in a direction of understanding what my eternal role could possibly be. I think specifically it's because I see a lot of women who want to grow and develop, but are often overwhelmed or subsumed or just, so involved in taking care of the people around them, as we should, that they end up not always having a chance to consider their own soul development. A friend of mine is a mother to 9, and she said that while she has really, really strong mother muscles, the other God-given talents that she has, she was in theater and dancing and singing and performing arts, have atrophied in the period of time that she's been giving to her family. Another friend said that she wanted to go back to school, but there was never a return on investment, that it didn't make financial sense for her family. And in both of these instances, I thought it was kind of tragedy when they were talking to me, because we have a lot of God-given gifts, a myriad of different talents, each of us having different ones, and having the time and space and energy to work on those feels like part of my soul development, that we are robust spiritual beings. So the mother of 9 decided that she was going to spend Thursday night paintings, that was something that brought her joy and gave another facet to who she was. It took a little bit of money for painting supplies, but mostly it was her family pitching in to say, hey, the big kids got the little kids. Her husband would put the kids to bed that night, and she literally had a few hours where she'd lock her door and say, I'm going to paint. This is what I'm going to do for my soul today. Obviously, taking care of people and being a good mother, the dedication and the sacrifice that requires is a way to develop a soul. But when we're looking for wholeness, we're talking about becoming like God, then we're talking about a perfected being. And perfect, we understand to mean whole. So if we want a whole being, that means we need to flesh out our other talents as well. For the friend who said she couldn't go back to school because it didn't make my financial sense, I thought about it, and that we as parents don't hesitate to put resources and time and energy into helping our children develop talents. I buy soccer cleats and soccer shoes and socks and uniforms and pay club fees and sit on the side and drive you to practice and all the things, not because I ever expect my child to become pro and pay me back for all the investment, but because I know that soccer is good for her soul, that she develops a strong body and teamwork skills, and she has joy in running around. And so for me, I just think that we need to see this in a slightly different way, that the return on investment for this life is not necessarily a monetary one, but the return on investment is soul development. And that as women, that we need to find times and seasons, pockets of possibility where we have a chance to grow and stretch. because we want to become mothers in heaven like our Heavenly Mother.